The night before the National Day in China, an anti-Japanese incident took place in Nanning, Guangxi. Locals were seen trampling on the Japanese flag in exchange for Chinese flags, highlighting once again an extreme display of patriotism. On September 30th, in a public square in Nanning, two men handed out Chinese flags for free, but people were required to stomp on a Japanese flag placed on the ground in order to receive one. The flag had insulting words on it, like, "Master, please wipe your feet." Many people, including young children, participated in the act. This incident has raised concerns about China's government promoting anti-Japanese sentiment and brainwashing the public.
Japan surrendered, remember? Come on, step on the Japanese flag and get a free Chinese flag. It's free to step on, free to do. Come on, step on the Japanese flag and get a free Chinese flag. Sure you can. Step on the Japanese flag and get a free Chinese flag. Step on it a few more times. That's good, thank you.
Some social media users in China criticized the event, saying it wasn't true patriotism. One person commented, "When patriotism becomes extreme, it turns into ignorance." On X, people posted comments like, "In an avalanche, no snowflake is innocent. If China doesn't have anti-Japan education, sure thing. If it were yen notes instead of a flag, they'd pick it up." A parent in Zhejiang noted that similar incidents of stumping on Japanese flags are common online. They believe people should distinguish between the Japanese people and Japan's past militarism. They said, "Russia has taken a lot of China's territory, yet no one criticizes Russia. When teachers curse Japan at school, it's bound to have an effect on children." Another user sarcastically remarked, "Is this the start of a nationwide anti-Japan campaign? It doesn't seem to match what the foreign ministry says." On September 18th, a 10-year-old Japanese boy was stabbed by a 44-year-old man in Shenzhen while walking to school. This was the second attack on Japanese nationals in China in just 3 months. In June, a Japanese mother and son were attacked in Suzhou. Many believe these incidents are a result of years of anti-Japan messaging pushed by the Chinese government. Some people speculate that these violent acts could even be organized crimes, carried out under the cover of this anti-Japanese sentiment. After the attack on the Japanese boy, Japan's Foreign Minister Yoko Kamikawa urged Chinese authorities to address harmful anti-Japan content on Chinese social media, including false posts targeting Japanese schools. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Lin Jian denied these claims, stating that China doesn't promote anti-Japan education. Ironically, not long after Lin Jian's remarks, a deputy county chief in Sichuan, Huang Ruyi, stirred outrage by saying, "What's the big deal about killing a child?" Reports suggest Huang is now under investigation. Let's turn to Japan, where on October 1st, the atmosphere was different. In several cities, Chinese nationals peacefully marched with Chinese flags to celebrate National Day. Japanese police escorted them to ensure order, and Japanese citizens followed behind in their cars at a slow pace. Some have pointed out that this scene should embarrass China's nationalists. The contrast shows the difference between true confidence and insecurity, with Japan showing tolerance and patience in the face of narrow-minded violence. Many believe this highlights the real insult to China. Meanwhile, also on October 1st, in Shenyang, Hubei, two girls wearing kimonos were harassed by locals while taking photos. "Hello, are you wearing kimonos?" "Yes." "Do you know today is the 75th anniversary of the founding of the new China?" "Yes, we know." "Aren't you worried about getting attacked for wearing kimonos on the street today? And here you are, so noticeable in Japanese kimonos, on the 75th anniversary of the founding of the new China."
Couldn't you wear hanfu when you go out?
"So you're out in kimonos on the street, making such a statement on this important day for the new China. I'm very, very patriotic."
In my heart, I only care about our China.
"I didn't say you aren't patriotic. I just asked if you're not worried about getting attacked. This is our freedom. We're very patriotic too. We're just..." "Can you shout 'I love China' loudly while wearing your kimono? I love China, okay? I really love China. What's the problem?" A video shows a woman in black glasses aggressively confronting the girls, asking, "Aren't you afraid of being attacked?" Then she demanded they shout, "I love China" while wearing their kimonos. After the girls reluctantly shouted, "I love China, is that enough?" the woman called the police. The two girls, along with their photographer, were escorted away by police while the crowd cheered. The topic of China's anti-Japan propaganda has been widely discussed online. Every year, around National Day and the Communist Party's founding anniversary, incidents like this tend to increase. They often align with internal political struggles and economic downturns within China. People who have been influenced by this anti-Japan rhetoric tend to act out aggressively at predictable times. In another video shared on X, a restaurant in China had a Japanese flag at its entrance, encouraging customers to stomp on it as they entered. A blogger warned viewers to avoid places like this, saying restaurants like this probably use gutter oil alongside their fake patriotism. Beyond these large anti-Japan events, the Asia Fact-Check Lab, AFCL, found that attacking Japanese schools has become a way to gain attention online. AFCL discovered that by 2022, posts calling for the demolition of Japanese schools were trending on Chinese social media platforms. There are claims about how many Japanese schools exist in China, with some saying 35, others 102, and some reporting 108. As of this report, these videos are still available on Chinese TikTok. A few days ago, the video about tearing down the Japanese school resonated with everyone and gained a lot of support. Today, what I want to say is that we didn't take action in the past, but it's not too late now. It doesn't matter who brought them here, whether it was some traitor or a sellout. We can't worry about that anymore. We must tear down the Japanese schools and drive the Japanese out of China. We don't need them. Our Chinese economy can still thrive. Right now, we just need our people to unite and fight these enemies with bad intentions. They once stepped into our China, but we absolutely cannot let them stay here anymore. We are determined to kick them out of China. One person's power is limited, but we, the countless sons and daughters of China, who have limitless power, they can never defeat the Chinese people. There are 12 Japanese schools in China, including 3 in Taiwan. 2 of these schools are located in Hong Kong. In March 2023, Hong Kong actor Bobby Ao-young, known for his pro-Beijing stance, publicly questioned Japanese schools in China. His post quickly became a hot topic on Weibo. He asked, "Why are Japanese schools in China closed to Chinese students?" Although Ao-young emphasized that he wasn't trying to provoke conflict, his posts made Japanese schools a trending topic again. It led to a surge of videos from Chinese users visiting these schools and filming their experiences. As for the reason why Japanese schools do not admit Chinese students, it is clearly stated on the official website of China's Ministry of Education. Article 17 of the Interim Measures of the Administration of Schools for Foreign Children explicitly states that Japanese schools are prohibited from enrolling children of Japanese citizens within China. Violations of this rule could result in the school being shut down by Chinese authorities. Tokyo Wena, the former chief editor of NetEase News Japan, posted a video on X explaining how incidents targeting Japanese people in China happen frequently. He believes platforms allowing rumors and bloggers spreading anti-Japanese sentiment are testing the boundaries of crime. He stated, "Hating Japan has become a profitable business, as many are driven by the traffic generated from anti-Japanese content." Before Bobby Ao-young's post in March 2023, Hong Kong Baptist University fact-checked a fake video about a Japanese school in Shanghai. The video falsely claimed that students were chanting, "China will soon be ours." The original footage was actually filmed by Tokyo Wena, and he was furious that his video has been misused. It was actually a clip of students at a sports event in Japan, but someone mistranslated it to put anti-Japanese propaganda. A WeChat account posted an article on September 20th. It reported that after the murder of a Japanese boy in Shenzhen, at least 278 videos on the platform Kuaishou were calling for the demolition of Japanese schools. These videos were categorized into 4 types. 1. Bloggers visiting Japanese schools in China and showing the outside of the schools. 2. Fake news claiming that the government had decided to demolish Japanese schools. 3. Videos falsely accusing Japanese schools of training spies. 4. Content stirring up hatred and calling for the demolition of Japanese schools. According to the post, these 278 videos had received over 2.3 million likes in total. The most popular video received 327,000 likes. However, the article was deleted just 4 hours after it was published. The author later explained that the post was removed for policy violation. Kuaishou also took down the 278 videos mentioned in the article. The author joked that these false videos were buried along with his article, and that he had achieved his goal. Further observations show that TikTok in China continues to push large amounts of anti-Japan content, including false information. As of September 24th, searching for Japanese school on the platform still brought up fake news about planned demolition of a Japanese school in Hangzhou, Shanghai. In reality, there are only 2 Japanese schools in Shanghai, one in Minhang and the other in Pudong. Hangzhou does not have a Japanese school. As of September 30th, searching for a Japanese school on Chinese TikTok still brings up suggestions like, has the Japanese school in Shanghai been demolished? Among the 81 videos listed, 49 are related to Japanese schools in China, with many containing false or misleading information, including conspiracy theories claiming the murder of the Japanese boy was staged by Japan itself. The spread of anti-Japanese sentiment in China is the result of decades of Chinese communist propaganda. This sentiment has deeply influenced many Chinese citizens, most of whom fully believe the CCP's narrative. What they don't know is that during the war against Japan, it was the CCP that cultivated and sold large amounts of opium, poisoning its own people. The CCP also betrayed military information to the Japanese, leading to the massacre of many Chinese soldiers who were fighting on the front lines. After the war, the CCP printed fake currency to destabilize China's economy, leading to its collapse. With full military support from the Soviet Union, the CCP then launched a civil war against the Nationalist Army. This is why former CCP chairman Mao Zedong once thanked Japan's prime minister for Japan's invasion of China. The CCP's anti-Japan propaganda was designed as a distraction from its own crimes. As its dark history began to come to light, the regime intensified its anti-Japan messaging to divert attention. If those who have been brainwashed by the CCP knew the truth, they would likely feel ashamed of their anti-Japan actions. These people are victims of the regime's lies. However, some people are fully aware of the truth and still exploit it for profit. They align themselves with the CCP's propaganda, treating anti-Japan and patriotism as business opportunities. These individuals are the ones truly corrupt. For the CCP, whether it's stirring up anti-Japan sentiment or pretending to be friendly, it's all about political needs. The regime incites hatred and even organizes attacks while pretending to be innocent, using the one river, two banks rhetoric to maintain appearances. This manipulation is what keeps Chinese people trapped in the cycle of ignorance and anger. Let's look at a recent example of this one river, two banks rhetoric in action. On October 2nd, Chinese state media Xinhua News reported that Chinese President Xi Jinping sent a congratulatory message to Shigeru Ishiba upon his election as Japan's prime minister. Xi emphasized that China and Japan are neighbors separated by a narrow strip of water, and expressed his desire to fully promote the strategic relationship between the two countries. In contrast, during Xi's meeting with former Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida in San Francisco in November 2023, he didn't mention this one river, two banks relationship. Instead, he focused on reaffirming the strategic ties between the two countries. Some analysts believe that after the two attacks on Japanese nationals in China last year, along with several incidents involving Chinese tourists behaving badly in Japan, China-Japan relationships have worsened. Xi's latest message may be an attempt to improve these ties. Ishiba visited Taiwan before the election. While his views on Taiwan didn't fully align with Taiwanese expectations, China still sees him as pro-Taiwan and wants to influence his Taiwan policies. In the past, some questioned whether Ishiba was pro-China. However, he responded by saying, "I'm focused on Japan's role in the international community. It's not about being pro-China or pro-Taiwan." The CCP's stance on Japan has always been inconsistent, and this applies to its relationship with other countries and individuals as well. The regime's approach is always about using and harming others, with no reflection or accountability, as its mindset is based on manipulating the facts. The CCP's tactics are not new. Many people deceive themselves for personal gain, choosing to forget history and reality. For many struggling Chinese citizens, forgetting the past seems like the easiest option. However, the business of patriotism and the traffic generated from anti-Japan content are becoming harder to maintain. This is because the CCP situation is getting more difficult, and its narrative shifts are happening more frequently. Even so-called patriotic influencers and anti-Japanese celebrities are struggling to keep up. In truth, these people are the most pitiful. They are profiting from deceit, and once they misstep or misunderstand the regime's agenda, they will face the regime's wrath. Fortunately, there are many clear-headed Chinese citizens who do understand the truth. Though they may be the silent majority, they are watching and waiting for the final outcome.